I can't remember days off. I guess I got the mass a couple of Sundays, whatever the heck, something like that. But it was always 7 days a week and everything. And then as an officer, of course, you had to do, you know, the thing you call us at night, okay, the officer of the night or whatever the hell. You go out and walk the perimeter and see the stuff and everything. But the only night Charlie came in our compound, I was sleeping in a Connex container up in Bong Song. We got stuck up there, we brought ammunition. And the problem going to some of these places, they didn't have forklift things, okay? They had to pull all the boxes off and everything by hand and everything. So that could take a while if you get 35 tractor trailers. And so the only night that compound that Charlie came in, and he came in behind a couple of deuce and a halves and stuff like that. But so I, you know, hey, I mean, it did happen. One of the wildest things we ever saw was we're going north on Highway 1 outside of Quinyon. Are we on? Oh, okay, well, we see all these deuce and a halves loaded with soldiers. What the heck's going on? And I says, guess who's at Phuket Air Base today? Bob Hope. Bob Hope was there. So they turn around and come on, the heck with the convoy. Everybody going, no, these guys need the ammunition up north and everything. So, but you could see all the guys going in, and they were all raising Cain and everything, just because they were, you know, going to be able to do that and they win and everything. But that was great what he did, and then Jane Fonda, all that crap that she did and everything. What an absolute disgrace. But I love Turner Classic Movies and everything, the oldie, and they had a bunch of her movies on last week, I guess it was, whatever, and I just, my wife, we and you go into a lot of the urinals, okay, and you see the sign they have, so okay, we won't discuss. But what you can do to her, okay? Yeah, we all know, us guys know. So, anyways, but yeah, she. I don't know. I just. But like I said, I never had a problem in Central New York, okay? Before going to Vietnam, and I was graduated in '66, okay? Never had a uniform on until I really started in June, or in December 7th and everything, going to Fort Eustis, and then it come back and everything. And when it came through, after Seattle, Washington, and Fort Lewis, okay, flew into Chicago, and it was night, I don't know, midnight, whatever the heck, nobody was there, just had to change planes, whatever the heck, and then they came into Washington. And the next day, after suing her parents, I've been blessed, and I don't have great parents. My in-laws, her parents were absolutely, they had bed sheet in the front of the house, welcome home, Tom. And he had torch just lit up. We didn't get to the house till like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I had all. I said, it was great. They were, like I said, I've been blessed. So that was good. And then flew out the next day. I don't remember anything at BWI, or it was probably BWI Airport. Yeah, not the one national. Okay, and then go to there. So, but I was at when I was at Fort Meade, doing all these war games and stuff and everything, and we were doing getting ready. They said in case there's problem in Baltimore and the District of Columbia and all the other. That's when they had the riots and all that crap and everything in '67. So, and I saw some guys that were in these units under me, okay, that got to Vietnam and everything, and some of them had better war stories on this area than I had in my convoys at a certain point, okay, and then it was worse and worse. So, But that was, yeah, everybody up there, they were super. I told you that the guy I worked for all through high school and everything, doing roofing, painting and outside and doing all kinds of stuff, he got out of the business. He bought the Blarney Stone, an Irish pub and everything, and I'd come in and see him, okay, after I'm home and everything and that, and if I wasn't down here in Maryland with Sue trying to get a job or whatever, I was up there for a couple of beers a night or whatever. and he ran around the bar and everything and gave me a bear hug and everything. I thought he was going to break my ribs. He was a Marine from World War II, and he just he's so happy and everything. You're great, everything okay. And he said, the beer's on me the rest of the year and everything. And I said, Louis, you don't have Louis Jazel. I said, Lou, you don't have to do it. No, he said, you guys, you know, the attitude and, you know, that they knew what was going on throughout the country, all the protests and all the other stuff and everything. And it's a shame. I don't know. I was with a guy yesterday, my next door neighbor. They had a big party and everything. And I showed him they wanted to see my little sports car, my MGB and everything. So he gets on and everything, and my wife and I, we kind of keep our mouths shut. You know, we live inside of Washington Beltway, okay? We are not politically correct, okay? Mr. Trump should have taken his phone and stuck it someplace the second day he was in office, and some other stuff and everything and all the other. And I just say that, how can we be so stupid to have two of the worst guys running for president? But you know, if people don't like it, well, I'm very sorry, but you know, I don't know. The heck, it don't matter. I just, you know, I don't. Is it time to go to Canada? No, it's not that. So I just say, I won't get on. I'm not into that. So, but hey, but.
What was it like the first time you were under fire?
Oh, geez.
Remember your response?
How do I want to say this? Okay, you want to make sure that there's some cover, okay, and that your men are okay, and but what the bulldozers, okay, leveled everything, but there were still rocks and stuff like that you know we could hide behind that and everything. So, but I had a 45, and I don't think I ever used that, but I also had an M14, okay, that's what we had when we first got there, and then the M16 and everything. So, yeah, you could hear some shells going around and everything, but I was lucky I didn't have anything, and then to have this thing here happen, I just you know, shoot, I was lucky, okay, because a lot of times we're there to help the guys that got ambushed ahead of us. I was real lucky as far as we might have some shots fired, but we didn't get stuck. And Charlie would do, they would put mines on boards out in the road, okay? And then they'd have guys in the trenches on the side, and if you tried to go through, they would pull them, okay? And you know, the Jeep or the truck would blow up and everything. So then you're really blocked. You're that so. But yeah, I had some shots and everything, but you know, I was lucky. I mean, hey, you know, nothing. We had the helmets, we had all that stuff and everything. So and to have that happen, hey, I'm not on the wall, okay? I just, you know, I only had, you know, one guy, that Lieutenant Wilson, that I really knew and everything. We had guys in my company that we had a real good tall maintenance guy, okay? Repair the truck. So the tractor trailers, we leave at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. They would go do what they had to do to go whatever loads they had to pick up and get to the ammo or to the trailer transfer point for the convoys. Briefings were 5:45 in the morning, and then we would set sail, and then they'd come back. And when you get back and everything, It's usually you leave at 3, so it's 5:30, 6 o'clock or so. Actually, it's mostly 6:30. They get back, drop the trucks off, get a bite to eat, and then they could get on and finish up motor stables, and if they had to put oil in their truck and all that kind of stuff and everything. And the guys were good about that. Yeah, we just no time, no days off or anything. They had a schedule, and that's all we did. But we never got the credit. And I couldn't believe that Colonel Bellino, and as sharp as he was, I had never seen anything, and this General George Landis, the guy who, and he's the one that, I got a letter that he gave me, okay, 3-4 years ago, when I knew I had the bullet, in the Department of Army said, we're not going to give you a Purple Heart because we need an eyewitness. And he wrote a letter on my behalf to whoever it may please, whatever the hell. And he told about Colonel Bellino, okay, is the guy that told me to go get my gun trucks and go help this convoy get ambushed, and that's when I got the bullet and everything. And you know, you thought I was looking for a Congressional Medal of Honor. What he said about me and everything, and what I did and everything, and they would not do it. They would not give me a Purple Heart. So I said, okay. He was really upset over that, but that was just the way, you know, they have to have an eyewitness thing. So, but he was real good about that, and when we saw him a few years ago, 5-6 years ago, first time, him and he'd be like, his wife, I said, you okay? And he says, yeah. He says, we were in Iraq, okay? He became a general. And a general, you can bring your spouse to where you go. He was in Iraq. When they burned the oil fields and all that, that's what he... So he just had an operation a few months ago for his lung and everything, and you know, it's affected him and everything. So, but he was just super guy. We had real good officers. Okay, sergeants were first class. Sergeants are the backbone of the military.
Non-com.
The non-coms, they sure are. Okay, and you won't. No argument for anybody on that. The guys were great. Okay. And they backed me up, and I backed them up, and you know, we all got along good. I mean, it was just no arguments, nothing. I mean, whatever the hell we had to deal with it, we did that. So that was why. And then you hear all the other stuff and everything that I don't know.